First off,
Let's talk about.
let's fucking go New York. Let's go, baby. Fuck Atlanta.
I've been
Fuck Trey
seeing,
Young.
yes,
Fuck CJ
congrats, New
McCollum.
York.
Fuck Corey Kispert. Fuck Jalen Johnson. Fuck Ogwonwu.
Jason Daniels.
Dyson Daniels can't fucking make a
Dyson
layup.
Daniels.
Your ass. Fuck Magic City. Lou Williams. Future. Young
Ludacris.
Thug. Ludacris. Is Usher from Atlanta? Probably. Tyler Perry has studios in Atlanta, so fuck him too. Fuck every Madea movie ever. Fuck Georgia. Fuck the Bulldogs. Fuck the Georgia Bulldogs. Everything associated. Fuck Georgia Peaches. Like fuck everything associated with Atlanta and Georgia and everything surrounding that region. Fuck you. Let's go Knicks.
Hey, you summed up every Knicks fan on
We
Thursday.
sounded mean, but fuck it. It's New York's time.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. We yelled. It don't matter.
I was leaving work, and I had to pass Madison Square Garden on my way downtown. And crowds were loud. They were ecstatic.
That's right.
They were on fire.
That's right.
And I remember, but it's great that the Knicks have made this franchise turnaround because for such a long time they were not a playoff team. They were nothing. They were just, and the fact that now Knicks fans can go back to say, oh no, we are a playoff team. We've been in the playoffs every year in recent history. So it's like, we've finally, like, I feel like the Knicks are finally, like, and I think it's permanent. I don't think they'll fall back in such a ditch for a while, or for at least a very long time, because I think they're in a good trajectory. Even if they don't finish off the way they want to this year, I think it's always good when you can say you're consistently going to the playoffs. You don't ever want to be that team that doesn't fucking make it to the playoffs. I don't care. Like, in any sport, for such a long period of time. Like, as a Jets fan, it's like, and even the Mets, they were just in the World Series like 2 fucking years ago. Weren't they in the World Series with the Dodgers?
11 years. No, they were in the semifinals.
Oh, the semifinals. That was the Yankees. That was the
Last
Yankees.
time they were in the World Series was 2015.
Yeah, against the Royals.
But they were.
Yeah.
I forgot that
Yeah.
it was the Yankees and the Dodgers, but the fact that they made it that far, considering how terrible they can be, I think New York sports is kind of flirting with, except for the Jets. I think New York sports is flirting with hope here.
Not for my franchises, they're not.
Daniel, you fucking piece of shit. He got me with that one. He was like, especially how they could be bad. No. R.
And look, even like I said, even the
A-R-E.
Yankees, they were just in the World Series.
Yes.
You know, I feel like New York sports fans, you have something to root for. Like, we have, you know, I think it's hopeful.
We are the greatest sports city in America, and I will die on that hill. Because Boston has one team per sport. We're the only place with 3 hockey teams. We're the only place with 2 baseball teams. We're the only place with 2 football teams. You know, we're the only place that has, you know, basically 1 basketball team. That technically 2. You know, so we have a monopoly on sports here that other cities don't. Some teams have 2, some states have 2, sure, but when you have it for multiple sports, that's something to cherish.
Yeah,
something to talk.
That's true.
There's always going to be something to bitch and talk about when it comes to sports.
And there's
talk
more
here.
opportunity for winning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Now, let's talk about the closeout win by the Knicks. Game 6, they were in Atlanta, and let me tell you something. This was, in my opinion,
Louis,
the
you wanna know
most
what it was?
generational belt to
Louis, you wanna know what
ass.
it was? Oh, is it dead?
God damn it!
Oh, don't tell
Fuck.
me you're dead.
That was easy.
There you go. It was. That was easy. It was a generational belt to ass. Like, this was the spanking of all spankings. Like, I look at the halftime score. It's 83-36, bro. I'm like, At one point, the Knicks are up by 60 points, bro. Dogging them out in Game 6. Dogging them. Like, that's what the fuck the Knicks are so capable of. They are capable of just dogging you out and leaving no crumbs and just taking their plate home and then smacking you with the plate on their way out. Like, they're such a good team. And, like, the way the East is shaping out, the way that some of these teams who we deemed our top teams are playing right now, yo, if the Knicks are able to do this, like, destroy a team this badly, sky's the limit in these playoffs, respectfully. And I like the Knicks in these playoffs. I think the East is it's not like an easy road because sports is hard. But in terms of like the quality of teams in the East, I think they match up so well against all these teams. And I think that they have a really good shot at making the finals. So, well, we'll see next round. It's gonna get spooky facing Philadelphia. Boo! Fuck Philly. Boo! Trash City only banks in downtown. Boo! Trash.
We'll get to that, but I will say, I think what I saw from this Knicks team is that after the scare that was Game 3 and disaster that was Game 3, right? They had a good bounce back with Game 4, 5, and 6, right? They had a good collective, really good 3 games that showed that they are better than Atlanta, which everyone should be expecting. The first 3 games they didn't show that. The last 3 games they did. That's the 6-7 of the Knicks, right? They've been very inconsistent all year in that they'll play really well for a stretch and really bad for a stretch, right? But on their day and when they're capable, they could dog teams out when they're making shots, when they're playing defense, and that all comes together. They know how to win basketball games really well. They have the talent for it. Jalen Brunson's a top point guard. Karl-Anthony Towns, when he's aggressive and can scoring center, he could score with anybody in the league, right? OG Anunoby, when he's making his shots, is an elite scorer. When Mikal Bridges is actually hitting 3-pointers, the Knicks are winning basketball games, right? The formula is as simple as that, right? This isn't a grand, complicated way the Knicks need to win. If they play their game and play to their strengths, they're going to win. And that comes down to their scoring and their defense, right? Easier said than done, I get that. But they prove that they're capable of going up against a really good team. Atlanta's a really good team. They're capable of going up against a really good Atlanta team and proving that they are superior, because they were. Thankfully, Atlanta was good. The Knicks had the better players in every aspect and every position on the court. We could all agree to that, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all, right? So I understand that, maybe that Game 3 and that Game 2 were a bit scary and a bit worrying, sure, and I didn't like how they played in those games, yeah. But Game 4, 5, and 6, they proved what I've always thought that they were, and that they are better than Atlanta. This shouldn't have gone 6 games, but it did, right? So, respectfully, it all came together and all worked out. So now we move on to Philadelphia, because fuck Boston, you losers. Blew a 3-1 lead. You all suck. Jaylen Brown, you suck. Credit to Philly. Philly fought back. They came back. Joel Embiid was the answer. They had no answer for Joel Embiid. Move on to Philly for Game 1 is Monday, so basically today. I like the Knicks in this series. I think they have another clear advantage in terms of their lineup and their talent. Tyrese Maxey is a problem. That brother can score, and he has scored against the Knicks, and the Knicks really don't have an answer for him. But I think we can kind of Jordan rules it, where it's like, we'll let Maxey get his, guard everybody else, right? Do not let Joel Embiid go off. Do not let if Paul George goes off, then we really got a problem. And just hold down VJ Edgecombe, right? If the Knicks can find a way to hold down everybody else, let Maxey get his 30, 40 a game, the Knicks will win this series pretty easily, right? Again, easier said than done. But you have Jalen Brunson who can score at will. If Karl-Anthony Towns can outscore Joel Embiid every game, the Knicks are having no problem. No problem. Karl-Anthony Towns needs to be the key in the series in both defensively and offensively. Joel Embiid cannot have more than 25 points a game if the Knicks are going to win. Because if you have Maxey and Embiid going off at the same time, the Knicks are going to have a difficult time holding both of them down. That's not going to work. So if the Knicks can kind of find their secondary scoring as they did against Atlanta, they can find their secondary scoring from Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, who's having a really good playoffs right now, right? They'll find a way to win against Philly. It should be a relatively good series for the Knicks. I'm not saying they're going to sweep the Philly, but I could see a very comfortable Knicks in 5, Knicks in 6. right? I could see that. I think that's reasonable. However, it's the Knicks. It's the second round, and they'll find a way because they found a way all year. Whether it's from Mike Brown's ineptitude coaching out of bounds play, whether it's Karl Anthony Towns wanting to play soft and not be aggressive, or whether it's Mikal Bridges missing all his 3-pointers in a game, right? They'll find a way to lose a game. I promise you that they will. It's going to come down to how many times they don't do that. The Knicks really only have to fight themselves in this series. That's the only way they're really going to lose the series is the mistakes that they make. Philly's going to be Philly. You let them get theirs. They're another really good team. They're not at the level of the Knicks. They have really great players. Tyrese Maxey is a great player. Joel Embiid is a great player. Nick Nurse is a great coach. The Knicks just have more of that, in my opinion. Their secondary scoring is better than the Philadelphia 76ers secondary scoring, in my opinion. Right? So that being said, they should be able to take care of Philly in that regard. If they don't, Philly will win because Philly is that good. You don't come back from 3-1 down and not be a proven team. Like, that's just impossible. So Philly is good. The Knicks are better. And if the Knicks limit their mistakes and hit their shots and do what they're supposed to do, this will be fine and they'll have no problem. But it's the Knicks, so who knows?
Yeah, that and there's the PTSD coming out. You always gotta sprinkle in with the optimism soup. You always gotta have a dash of PTSD. Sprinkle it right on top.
Well, this comes from being a Knicks fan because Jess said it. We have 20 years where we were just a miserable fucking franchise, right? I mean, like not even like 30 win seasons, 40 win seasons. I'm talking like 15, 17, 18 win seasons, right? Like
I can't believe they were that bad.
They were that bad. Yep. And never once did they have the first overall pick. Remember that too. So there were teams worse than the Knicks in that regard, which is crazy to think about. But that's the NBA and their tanking problem, which we have a solution for, but really we don't. So I get it. But like as a Knicks fan, you have to understand you're always expecting the worst because that's what's been happening. Despite everything, we always find a way that we're gonna nick this. But I think it's also beautiful in that way that the expectation is that now we're a perennial playoff team and that we're expected to beat Philadelphia in round 2 and we are expected to be in the East Conference Finals, right? That's a beautiful growth as a franchise. Where now we got 50 wins this year and I was complaining. You told me 50 wins 5 years ago, I would have said there's no way. How'd that happen? That's the beauty of sports, right? We had 50 wins. We finished third. I said, what the fuck are we doing? Fire everybody.
You're turning ungrateful already.
That's right. I expect more.
You're a spoiled, rotten child already.
See, Lewis, this is what it means to be a Giant fan. This is what it means. Oh, but my team got 9 wins. Oh, we're in the playoffs, though. Oh, we're a first-round exit, though. Ungrateful.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But you know what I was gonna say is like if we can see Boston, Atlanta, and Philly all shafted, those being the 3 major cities, some of the major cities in the world, it would just be great to watch New York once again prove their supremacy in terms of being the greatest city in the United States. Respectfully, baby, come on now.
Okay, what's next? All
right. Before let's stay in the NBA for a minute. Let's go through the whole playoff first round because it is officially over. So we should kind of run through it real quick.
Good first round of games. Beautiful.
In the East, the West was nobody watched the West. Respectfully, the Thunder belted the Suns 4-0. Series sweep. Respectfully, SGA was the best. The Nuggets somehow lost to a hurt Timberwolves team, 4-2. The Spurs, without having Wembanyama, won 4-1 in their series. And then LeBron James turned back the clock and won his series 4-2 against the Rockets and KD.
Tom Brady. He's going to be great to the end.
Yes.
He's not going to burn out. He's not gonna just fly. He's just going to be magnificent up until the very end. Just
Now, is he Tom Brady or the Nuggets ass? Not the Nuggets, the Rockets, or the Rockets ass, right?
It's
I'd say
both.
he's Tom Brady because he's fucking old, and he's still doing his thing,
Yes.
no matter if the other team is ass or not. There's a reason why not many people fucking play to that age, because you are not you aren't it. We can agree the Nuggets are ass, but still,
Rockets.
the Rockets are ass, but still.
I'll say
What?
it's both. LeBron James is a fucking miracle. He is the American dream. He is like fantastic at basketball, even at this old age. Like he can still drop a triple double on your favorite players, and then the youngins who played against like his former teammates. You know what I mean? Like he is fantastic, but also the Houston Rockets can't make a fucking shot to save their life. So it kind of made it a bit easier for the Lakers to kind of, LeBron had to go
Well, we'll
superhuman.
see.
But if the Houston Rockets were actually hitting their shots and being a competent basketball team, series could have been a bit different. But what LeBron did is nothing short of fucking spectacular, especially at this age. And even without the age, you do this at any age, period. This is a fucking masterful series that you just played. And the fact that you're getting Bronny James Jr. was getting wide open looks because of his dad. Let that sink in, bro. His fucking offspring is on the court cooking with him. Let that sink in, bro. When have we seen that? That's
It is
real
crazy.
greatness.
It's crazy
That's
times.
greatness. That's greatness right there. He's dropping triple doubles with his son on the court. Şengün can't hit a fucking shot. Amen Thompson can't fucking play defense, and Reece Shepard is short. Son, the Rockets
and KD's hurt.
and KD's hurt. The Rockets were bad, but LeBron was even better. Even better.
And I'll say
I
this
know,
too.
shout out to LeBron.
I think we could put KD on forever fraud watch because that guy cannot win without help. Everywhere his legacy is slow. Ever since he left Brooklyn, it's becoming slowly worse, much worse. Like his legacy is going down the toilet. He's one of the greatest scorers of all time, but he cannot win by himself,
No.
despite how great he is.
Not even close. He's a great number two. He might be the greatest number
Yeah.
two of all time. In terms of like just based off pure
But then that's Klay
talent.
Thompson.
Well, if you're just talking about based off of talent and not like, what they've won more, just off of talent alone, if you put Steph Curry and then KD, I mean what do? You know what I'm saying? Like just based off of talent and like pure like basketball scoring ability and like all that shit, he's one of the greatest number twos of all time. But KD doesn't want to be a two. He wants to be a number one. But you're not a one, bro. You are the one to be a number two. Okay? You are that one guy to be a number two. Okay? You're just like Donovan Mitchell right now. You cannot hoist your team by yourself to win a championship. You can't. How many good teams has he had since he's left Golden State? A lot. A lot. I would say every single year he had a good team. Every single year. Almost willed the Brooklyn Nets past the Milwaukee Bucks. Couldn't get it done. Your foot's too big. Wah, wah. Phoenix Suns, that shit was a disaster. From everybody. That shit was dog shit. Bradley Beal sucked. Devin Booker was kind of a shell of himself too, and you were too. And then you go to Houston thinking shit's sweet. Jabari Smith is okay at best. Reed Shepard, he's short and can maybe hit a three. Amen Thompson can only play defense and can only make layups. And then Şengün looks like a fucking giraffe trying to dribble a basketball. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're not winning shit, bro. I'm sorry. You're going to have to go back to Golden State, be a number two, or go somewhere where you could be a number two and just play that role, and maybe you might get somewhere. But in terms of being the number one, shit ain't happening, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. We'll see now in the second round. LeBron plays the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shit might be tougher.
I don't want to count
be
out
tougher.
the Lakers, but goddamn.
Yeah, I
This-
know. But if he can
Luka's coming back.
play half as well, And we can be like, oh my God, maybe he is great. Maybe you can say he's because he has to continue to be this great throughout each series. When does Luca come back? Is he coming back? Is he out
He
forever?
should be back for game 1, I believe.
Is that confirmed?
Okay.
For real?
It's not confirmed, but I'm assuming.
Well, now
It's
that
all
Luca's back,
legend.
he may not have to do all that he had to do facing the Rockets. But I feel like this motherfucker's Tom Brady. As long as he's in the playoffs, he may be playing
When is-
very well for each series.
I mean, look, LeBron's great. Luka's great. It's a big ask to go up against the Thunder right now. They're just steamrolling everybody. They're the best team in the league for a reason. I think it could actually be a decent matchup for both teams. If LeBron can keep playing at this level when you get a somewhat half of a decent Luka who's healthy, it's going to be a high-scoring series. It's going to come down to the Lakers bench and their depth because that Thunder bench is elite. It's really good. So that's basically how I see the series going. I think the Thunder bench is just better. It just is. I think that's what will take them over the top. But if LeBron's still averaging a triple-double every game with Luka scoring, that's a problem.
So, I looked up Luca's timeline. There kind of is none. They don't expect him to like play the first game or second game in the Thunder series. They still kind of don't know when he's gonna come back. So
He may not be back for the series.
I don't think he. If I had to guess, I don't think he'll be back at all. Maybe
So
if this
we
goes to
already
like
know
7
that.
games, maybe.
So this is an I don't know, Jim.
This is a very I don't know.
It's an
Jim.
I don't know, Jim. But I think, this may be what LeBron James needs to happen for him to push out this performance is that he knows he has to carry it on his own.
Yeah.
Like, you may have to win
But
this series again, but the way you won the first one, you may struggle through it, but we already know he's already great, so he doesn't have to prove his greatness, but this would just add on to his legacy that that in the second series against a much better team than the Rockets, without Luca, you are still fucking dominating with your kid with you.
if
That is something you cannot replicate.
LeBron beats SGA by himself in this series, I think Jordan is better. I think he puts himself on that level with Jordan because there's some shit only Jordan can do. Because the Thunder are just that good. If LeBron at 42 can beat a healthy Thunder team with SGA, one of the best teams in the league, by himself, he's at the same level of Jordan. He has to be at that point because that would be an all-time legacy performance. If he could drag this Laker team that was hurt the whole year and mid the whole year into the West Conference Final, that makes his legacy. That's an incredible mark on his legacy, regardless of how the season ends for him, because that's insane.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
I don't think it'll happen. I think the Thunder got it. But if LeBron's able to drag his team across and beat the Thunder and beat Thunder 4 times, the guy is one of the all-time greats. Like, you have to bow down to that. And then we have the Spurs and the Timberwolves, and the Spurs are winning that series. Timberwolves are hurt. Yeah, the Spurs are winning.
Yeah, the Spurs. Wemby's just too good. The point guard play for the Spurs is just too good. Give me the Spurs all the way.
Yeah, Spurs are winning the series. I love you, Ant Edwards, but you ain't winning that one, bro. So yeah, no. And then on the Eastern side of the bracket, the Pistons overcame a 3-1 deficit to beat the Magic in the Game 7 today. The Magic, I don't know, they just collapsed. They had a 23-point lead in Game 6, and they blew it. The Cavaliers beat the Raptors today in their Game 7. That series was actually really fun, went back and forth the whole time. But the Cavaliers come out on top. The Knicks beat the Hawks, went over that. And then the Celtics, fuck Boston, blew a 3-1 lead to the 76ers. And they lost their series in 7 at home to 76ers.
Fuck Boston. Piece of shit.
So that leaves Pistons and Cavaliers. I don't know. Because the Pistons looked weak against a shitty Magic team. Against a really hurt and bad Magic team. And they were able to find their way back into the series. Great. They were down 3-1. Great. you didn't prove anything to me. You were the best team in the East, and you didn't look like it. And then Cleveland, I never trust Cleveland. They have James Harden. I never trust James Harden. Who knows? It can go either way. So you go with Detroit because they have the best player in Cade Cunningham and the more reliable roster, but at the same time, it could go 6 or 7. It could go 6 or 7. I don't know.
If I had to be a betting man, I am betting the house on the Detroit Pistons because I will always severely, and maybe sometimes to my own detriment, severely underrate the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers. Not underrate.
Overrate.
I'm overrating them. Hell no, I'm underrating them because I think they're garbage. You know what? I think they're garbage. The Cleveland Cavaliers, I think, are garbage. I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going anywhere. I think when Donovan Mitchell, I've said this before and I will continue to preach it. Until I'm proven wrong, when Donovan Mitchell is the number one guy on your team, you are a second round exit waiting to happen. What did we see in Utah? Every year, number one seed, best roster. Choke in the second round. The next year's, the year after that. Then now you come to Cleveland. The roster's even better. Same shit. The same shit. The rosters are good. Same shit. So I believe history's going to continue to repeat himself until Donovan Mitchell goes to a team where he could be a very, very good number 2, just like Kevin Durant. And to play that role and shut his mouth, and then he could potentially win a ring. But in terms of him being the best player and, winning these series on his own, I do not buy it. Not for 1 second. Maybe that's hate.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't. I've never seen it happen, so I don't believe it can. I just don't.
No, it's a tough series to predict, and I think you should go Detroit, but at the same time, this Cleveland roster is good. You have Mobley, you have James Harden, and God knows James Harden. When James Harden is all there, he's one of the best players in the league, and right now he seems to be all there. So maybe James Harden finally wants a ring, so maybe he'll play at that level. So he's not wearing a fat suit. That's all we know. So who knows? But Detroit should have the series in the bag, probably in 6. Cleveland's good. Detroit has weaknesses, so maybe they'll exploit it. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are a great 1-2 down low. I think they take advantage of that. But I think Detroit's better. So, but Cleveland has legacy and history. So who knows? But it should be a fun round 2. Should be a better round 2. I don't think anybody gets. Well, maybe the Spurs sweep the Timberwolves. I don't think anybody gets swept. But I think it should be a really quick round 2. I don't think any of these games go 7, personally.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe Pistons, Cavs. Maybe I could see that.
Maybe.
That one looks like the more even matchup, in my opinion. So I think that has the likelihood of going 7 games. Maybe the Knicks with the 76ers. 76ers play some good ball. They were able to show some resilience, some good fight. So I wouldn't put it past the 76ers to do that same thing against the Knicks. So I think the East series, I feel like, have more fun and potential for longer series than the West.